Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
WikiPod.
You bastard.
WikiPod. 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 Now it's WikiPod.
So I watched a Christopher Guest mockumentary the other day.
Oh, that sounds great. Actually.
It was fantastic. I didn't know it existed. It was called For Your Consideration.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and it came out in 2006. And hello, listener. I'm PJ.
I'm Guy.
And this is the WikiPod, and we're talking about For Your Consideration.
That was the Oscar one, right?
Yes.
I was searching the interweb last night.
Yeah, it's yeah. Looking for Oscar buzz on the interweb, which is
so
like,
different from all of his other ones because it didn't have any of the cutaways. Like where
it seemed like it was more of a traditional
footage.
film.
Yeah.
Seemed like it was more of a traditional film because there was a lot of scenes where it was like, you know, the camera crew wasn't part of the wasn't part of the action going on. Mm-hmm. You know,
Home for Purim.
Home for Purim turned to Home for Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's always my favorite thing about like dipshit anti-Semites saying that like, you know, there's like a nefarious like plot by like, you know, Jewish people in total to like control the media and stuff like that.
Hello.
Are you still checking sound?
I mean, it's coming through now. I can see it. It's just doing a terrible.
Was it working before?
Yeah, it's working. I'm just raising the volume on my thing.
Is this gonna? I can see it now.
Yeah, I know. It's just. I don't know. Pat was trying to record something and he had like lots of weird noises. Now it's back. I know what to do now. It's there. It's just invisible.
Fantastic.
Yeah. A lot of this is going to probably be, weird sounding in the beginning, but that's
totally.
okay.
I was about to go on a whole thing about anti-Semitism.
Oh, we just hit a minute, so we can curse now.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Remember, if you curse in the first minute,
we get demonetized. Yeah,
not that we're making any money because the listeners fucking suck and can't help us. Like, how are we going to survive? I mean, we're going to keep doing this, but like,
guns.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yep, we can eat a gun for sustenance. Rich in iron.
I was watching a Shane Gillis sketch like show, and it's like they have this video game. It's like a video test where you you're taking a test to see if you're going to be suitable for this job. And like this one guy, he's like they give him all these like things to do. Like, what are you going to do? These are classified documents. Like, are you going to A, give the cops the documents, or B? And then he just shows him put a gun in his mouth, and that was the end of it.
Oh, I've seen that clip where he puts the gun in his mouth. It's a very funny image. It's a funny mental image.
I mean, a little bit. I mean, it usually bothers me, but for some weird reason, Shane Gillis is hilarious looking, and he is constantly talking about suicide, and it doesn't bother me so much.
Well, maybe I hope it's not a cry for help.
Who, Shane Gillis?
Yeah, I hope it's not a cry for help.
Oh, I hope so too. Because
listen, Shane Gillis, if you're listening, actually, since you're listening, Shane Gillis, don't kill yourself.
Good call.
Don't kill yourself. There's always hope. And listener, this goes. Never mind. I'm gonna. This is not. All listeners aside from Shane Gillis, don't kill yourself. And I'm just gonna. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not specifically instructing anybody to do anything. Yeah. Except continue listening to this podcast, the WikiPod, where we examine every single entry on the wikipedia.org website, one random article at a time, provide infotaining commentary, critical analysis, and a complete reading of each article.
Yeah.
Word by word.
Yeah, and sometimes we talk about suicide.
I feel like we talk about suicide often.
Yeah, I know. It's
often.
It's pretty fucked up out there. Oh,
it is. It's bad. It's gnarly.
Speaking about
bleak.
Sort of. I mean, it's a suicide adjacent. Diddy Watch.
Diddy Watch.
Everybody here is probably going to have new news because this is going to come out like probably 6 weeks after this happened. But apparently his lawyers quit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Actual Diddy
Once
Watch.
again, intrepid Diddy watching. Well, should we call him a diddler? Intrepid diddler listener Dash as
Dash, also in Anthony. They all sent us.
Anthony sent us stuff.
Yeah. Everybody,
Thank you,
we got a lot.
Shout out listener, our diddlers.
Yeah, our diddlers. Yeah,
let's call them. They're an elite core of the WikiPod listenership, and they're our diddlers.
Yeah, wiki diddlers.
Wiki diddlers.
That's hard to say.
They diddle our wikis.
Whiddlers.
No, wiki diddlers.
Wiki diddlers. Okay.
Winky diddlers.
Winky diddlers. That's
That
better.
helps
That's
it.
much better.
Adding the
That's
N
better.
in there really
Yeah. I kind of like that.
gives it a nice little jingle.
Thank you
Jingle
for
jangle.
sending us stuff. We know
Yeah.
lately we have been saying very little about Diddy because
It's not interesting anymore.
it is literally not interesting.
Yeah, he's buttoning up, I think.
I mean,
he's just going to be like relegated to the annals of the judicial system or the penal judicial system. You know.
yeah.
So what do you think? Who do you think's going to? Do you think Jay-Z is eventually going to go down with him though? Because you heard the accusations about him and Jay-Z.
I think
right?
that Jay-Z is. I mean, Jay-Z has got that Obama like connection. I don't think anything happens to Jay-Z.
You think he's untouchable?
I think he's untouchable. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I don't like. He's a billionaire, man. Like,
Is he a billionaire?
yeah, he's a
He's
billionaire.
He's got
a B. He's got
three
three
commas.
Yeah,
Three commas.
He's a billionaire, so like, I just don't like him.
No, he sucks. Yeah, he's bad. He's a bad person.
I honestly can't think of a billionaire that I.
No, they're all bad. You only hoard that much wealth from being a bad human being.
Yeah, like to
amoral soul just made out of dog shit.
Yeah,
It's actually kind of an insult to dog shit, you know, if you think about it.
It's so.
How come dog
crazy.
shit doesn't turn white no more?
No, because that was deer shit.
No. Dog shit turned white. I'm saying the question is if I hadn't heard an explanation of this. Apparently they used to use bone meal as a filler in dog food.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so when
so bad for dogs.
Very bad for dogs.
Yep.
Yeah,
That
so
makes
when
sense.
all of the actual nutrients would like kind of seep into the soil, all that would be left would be the calcified bone meal that was left in their stool.
Yeah, I mean,
Hence
like,
white
it
dog crap.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense why your dogs their teeth were falling out of their head when they were like 6 years old, and you're like,
sad
well, I
stuff.
guess dogs only live to 6 years old, and their teeth fall out at this.
It's not true.
Nope.
Listener, it's not true. Don't
You
believe
guys
it.
were not feeding your dog the right thing. You were listening to corporate big dog food.
Big dog.
Big dog food, which
Hell yeah.
big dog food uses GMO Monsanto stuff.
Not to be confused with big dog food, which is what you and me, guy.
Yeah, big dogs.
We're a couple of big dogs.
Yeah,
We eat
yeah.
food.
Yeah. It's
Big
good.
dog food.
It's good time.
So what'd you have to eat today?
Oh, I had some ramen.
Nice.
Yeah, like real ramen, like made at a ramen place.
Nice. That's sick. What'd you have in it? You have a little hard-boiled egg
I
thrown in
little
there?
hard-boiled eggs.
Nice.
A little kachu, whatever, like
Cat food?
no, like a pork belly piece.
Okay. Was it
and-
crispy?
No, it's in a soup, so it's not really crispy, but it was
Okay.
tasty.
Nice.
And a little shrimp tempura, which I do enjoy shrimp tempura.
Ooh, yum, yum, yum. That was crispy, I bet.
Yeah, dashi stock, which is delicious with
What's dashi?
it's a
It's like kashi, the cereal?
no, dashi is a broth that's made from bonito flakes. So it can be made
Is
from
that a
bonito
fish?
flakes. Yeah.
Okay.
Bonito. It's dried bonito they turn bonito into wood and they shave it and then you boil it.
You can make fish into wood?
It's petrified pretty much. Yeah.
Damn.
So it's
Like
pretty,
cured or?
yeah, like cured, but it's dried to the point where like it's almost like I can't describe it any better than it's like wood because you get the shavings and it feels like wood shavings.
Nice.
But then you could boil that and make a dashi stock with that,
Mm-hmm.
or you could use certain types of mushrooms or kombu, which is kelp, like a Japanese kelp seaweed leaf, which is incredibly delicious.
Nice. Do
You
we
can
want to
make-
shout out this ramen spot?
I don't even know how to say its name, and I
Then
don't want to
don't.
butcher it. Yeah,
Or you can give it a try.
It's okay. It's tasty.
No, what's the give it?
Ippy ramen or
Oh, Ippy ramen.
Ippy.
Sure, why not? IPPI, right?
something like that.
Can't spell Mississippi without Ippy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. You want to know something cool that I can do?
What's that?
I can spell Mississippi backwards.
That's
Annoying, right?
yeah. I don't think that's cool at all.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
I was
learned
gonna say
as a-
do it, but don't do it. It's
Why not? Listener, do you want me to do it?
the listener. But why would you do anything the listener wants? They fucking suck.
That's true. This isn't this listener. This show isn't for you. This is for us.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it could be for you if you start paying up, but
No, it could be. It could be for you if you get on our level, which is just mega geniuses. You
Are
know,
we?
yeah, mega geniuses.
I feel pretty smart right now.
We are very smart.
Okay.
We're about to feel smarter because we're about to pick categories.
Oh, okay, cool.
What's your category this episode?
This episode, oh man, what's it called? I really want, Pedophile.
Nice.
I was thinking. I'm just like, because they're talking so much about releasing Jeffrey Epstein's tapes, and like
They're not.
I know. Listen, I know that everything that the Trump administration is really not good, but like the thought of them destroying the FBI makes me kind of happy.
Yeah, no, FBI's bad. FBI's
law
bad.
enforcement in general. I'm just ready for it to be over.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're going to
replace it with something worse.
Yeah,
I know. I'm not delusional.
They're just getting rid of the woke aspects of FBI.
It was there woke aspects?
Sure.
What?
I don't fucking know, dude. They're
Exactly.
just
There
woke.
wasn't any.
Define woke. What is woke?
I don't know.
It's bad though.
Is it?
We got to get rid of it. This is an apolitical podcast, but we're anti-woke.
Okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
What does DEI stand for?
Death. Eliminate in.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
Nice.
It's just three words.
I think it stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Oh yeah, that shit's fine.
Are we for it on this podcast? We're anti. Here's the thing. This is the Wikipedia apolitical centrist take. Anti-woke, pro-DEI.
Yeah.
We're against woke. We're in favor of DEI.
I mean, personally, I'm against everything. You know, like it's fine. Like I just don't think like
real Nietzsche over here.
No, I just I don't care about like the DEI stuff. Like.
It's just a replacement. It's a placeholder for what they used to call affirmative action hires.
Yeah,
it's just coded racism. That's all it is.
Yeah, but
being against that shit is just coded racism, and using it and not understanding what you're talking about. It was also like what was it a couple years ago? They were complaining about in school, teaching in school.
A critical race theory.
Yeah, CRT. It's always 3 letters now. Their new thing is 3 letters. They were saying CRT.
CRT, critical
race theory. There's something they didn't understand, something that wasn't not applicable.
It's only taught in law school at a certain level for a certain career path.
Yeah, and it's fucking dumb. It's so
all
fucking stupid. It's all boogeymen that's being astroturfed by billionaires. Of which we hate. We hate every last one of them.
Literally hate every billionaire.
We want to put a bullet in their fucking heads and bury them in the wet mud and take little peepees on their graves, on their unmarked graves.
He's like, I've realized that I don't like violence and I don't want people to die.
I do.
I don't. Chill though.
No, me.
I don't want them to die. I don't want people to die.
They forfeited the right to live.
But there's a big but. I'm having a hard time considering billionaires part of the same species as the rest of us.
Good, dehumanize them. That's a good way to do it.
It's not that I'm trying to dehumanize them. It's that they become less like
they
us.
They dehumanize themselves.
So they separate themselves from society. They don't follow cultural norms.
What cultural norms? I love this. Let's talk about it. They play their music too loud in their cars?
No.
They sag their pants?
They don't understand what
they talk during the movie theaters,
maybe, but they don't understand like common necessities of survival in on Earth, because they don't work, they don't produce.
Nope.
They just live off of the
They're
labor
vampires.
of others.
They're vampires,
right? They it's just they can't relate to us.
No,
on any. It's they're almost as different of a species. They're
parasites.
Yeah,
vampire. Literally vampires.
They're just totally different, and they live longer than us. They live they do things that we'll never understand, and
they have weird secret societies where they do fucked up rituals.
Yeah,
and sacrifice virgins to the.
They're like the
demon god Moloch.
To me, they're like an appendix in a human. What? It's living, but it what? If we had to remove it because it got swollen and disgusting, which is what billionaires are, that's totally fine. We're going to survive without them.
I think they're more like a frontal lobe, where it's that's what's calling the shots. That's the whole of society. The whole society is a human body, and the billionaires are a frontal lobe.
That's giving them way too much credit.
No. And but this is what I'm saying. Frontal lobe gives you way too much credit. You think you're running? You think your frontal lobe's the one running the show?
I think anything that has to do with the brain is too much credit for these.
And so what I'm saying, what I'm saying is they're the ones that are making you think. Because this actually applies to how I feel about human bodies in general. They're the ones who they make the whole organism think that they're the ones that are calling the shots. They're just it's a clump of cells in the front of your brain. All you gotta do is get a red hot poker, poke it up past the eyelid, get past that little membrane there, scramble around a little bit, rip that prefrontal lobe out. No more thoughts, no more sad, just happy all the time.
Yeah. I rather.
That's what I'm saying. That would fix the organism.
Just
get the frontal lobe out.
I think getting rid of the appendix would be better.
This is a pro appendectomy, and this is a pro lobotomy podcast.
Yeah, sure. All right, that's fine.
Apolitical.
Apolitically speaking, of course. Yeah.
How do you feel about lobotomy? You want to get a lobotomy?
No, I don't really want one like right now.
I could use one.
I mean,
it'd be pretty cool.
The Kennedys did that to one of their like sisters. They lobotomized her, and then they like kept her in a closet.
Yeah, it was fucked up.
Yeah,
they're a fucked up family.
Billionaires.
Yeah, Joe Kennedy, father of Jack and Robert Kennedy. He
RFK.
He
Wait,
was.
Is RFK a billionaire?
RFK Jr.
Yeah.
He's a millionaire. His wife Cheryl from I almost said Leave It to Beaver. Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's his wife?
That's his wife. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, he cheated on his ex-wife so many times that she committed suicide.
Yeah, I remember. He had the journal that she found.
Yeah, and one of the women he was cheating on her with is his current wife. Yeah. And he's been cheating on her too because he's
roided up.
He's a sex pest. Just today I saw somebody took a photo of him working out at some gym in DC. He was wearing denim pants, and they said he was drinking a yerba energy drink.
Good for him, I guess.
Have you ever worked out in jeans?
No, that sounds insane.
He's crazy. A worm ate his brain.
Yeah. I mean, I know. But before the worm ate his brain, he was crazy.
Yeah, probably. I mean, his dad got fucking blown away by Sirhan.
You know, he's trying. He really is trying to make America healthy again, though.
Is he? I don't think he gives a shit.
I don't know. Maha sounds pretty cool.
No, it sounds like he's trying to like. It sounds like he's trying to establish his own brand.
Maha.
It's
fun to say.
It's stupid.
It's
no,
fun
it's not.
Yeah, it is.
You're lying. You're not having fun.
I love it. Maha.
You look like you just ate a plate of mushy vegetables.
Ooh-ha! Maha.
Ooh-ha.
Ooh-ha!
That's what is it?
Scent of a lady.
Scent of a woman. Scent of a lady.
Scent of a lady. Something.
I love that one movie where he plays the detective and Robert De Niro plays the bank thief. What's it called?
Heist.
Warmth.
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 Heats.
Warmth.
Hots.
Wasn't Hots like a sex romp from back in the day?
With Robert De Niro and Al Pacino and
Val Kilmer,
Dustin Hoffman.
Oh yeah, they would run. They were
running around and they drag, and they
went to the girls' dorm room and did a panty raid and stole all their bras.
Yeah. They were running away from the law. They got on this island and they went. They were running around in drag, and they ended up like hanging out with Marilyn Monroe and this other guy.
Some like it hots.
Some
like it heat.
Some like it heat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great movies.
You got to think. You got to think. Will you be able to run away in heels when you feel the heat coming around the corner?
Yeah, and then they followed it up with that other movie where he played a nanny, and he was a nanny to those kids, and then he started a TV show. And then Pierce Brosnan, he threw a grapefruit at him.
Oh, and he had to put his face in a cream pie.
Yeah.
Because his lady makeup wasn't on.
Yeah, and also had.
And he said, "Oh, I'm a fucking broad over here.
I'm a fucking broad.
Yeah, I got fucking my tits hurt. Ow,
oh, fucking broad.
Oh, my tits are too big. My fucking back hurts.
My
fucking back hurts now.
Oh.
Oh. What's my category? England.
No!
Anything that has to do with England. Yeah,
that's
fuck
not
you.
fair.
Suck my dick. Fuck you. Fuck you. I just fucking beat the whole fucking thing. Who's picking this week?
Bullshit.
All right, so what'd you pick? You pick
I picked pedophiles because like they're
what
just
if it's a
everywhere.
British? What if it's Prince Andrew?
Then we don't have to read the article.
We don't have to read the article. We just tell the listener what the article is and the episode ends.
Oh my god.
That'd be a dream.
That would be like the dream. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that would be a dream. All right, so who's picking this week? Me? I guess I'll pick.
All right, I'm just pulling up the Wikipod, the Wikiest.
The Wikipod.
I'm picking up the Wikipedia page.
Nice.
Right,
I clicked random. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Outplacement.
Okay. Weird.
It's a support service provided by some organizations to help former employees transition to new jobs. So it's
oh wow, it's a very apt one,
Yeah.
considering what's going on with the world.
Yeah,
or our world.
everybody's losing their job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're getting outplaced.
They're getting outplaced. Well, hopefully if they're getting outplaced, they're being transitioned to a new job and not just thrown into the streets.
This article appears to contain a large number of buzzwords.
We love
buzzwords.
Buzz.
Now, I'm cautiously optimistic about this episode. This might be good.
Yeah, outplacement.
All right.
Yeah, I already read that first sentence there. So
Yeah.
a consultancy firm usually provides the outplacement services, which are paid for by the former employer and are achieved usually through practical advice, training materials, and workshops. Some organizations offer psychological support. Boy, howdy.
Trying to stop them from killing themselves.
Yeah, if you've been working somewhere for a long ass time, you got kicked in the butt, given a gold watch, and say you got it. Hey, guess what, Daddy? A computer took your job.
Yeah.
That's
or
Dusty Rhodes. There.
You've been out of work for like 3 weeks because you had chemotherapy and your lymphoma is finally in remission, and then you get back to work and you've been replaced
by a computer, Daddy.
By a computer.
By a computer, Daddy.
But because of the outplacement firm, you have 2 weeks of your health care left.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a great system.
That's fine. Yeah,
well, maybe
great.
we should read on a little bit further and find out if that's the truth.
I mean, it's our truth. Like, whatever this article says, it's...
Well,
like,
we're providing the analysis.
Yeah. But like,
Yes.
whatever this article says, the truth is that they're going to fire you and take everything from you.
Yes.
Because they are the billionaires who suck.
Yeah, they're gonna hold you up by your ankles and shake every last penny out of your pants,
And then throw away your husk.
And then they're gonna take your pants.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's gross.
You're gonna be running around Porky Pigging it. When's the last time you
ducking it?
Donald Ducking it, or you can also call it Donald Duck. When's the last time you were Donald Ducking it?
Well, like a day ago.
No, oh God! Shout out roommate Pat who had to witness that
Pat
one.
probably wasn't here, or was that like 2 a.m? I put a sweatshirt on, and went into the bathroom to pee. I didn't
Nice.
feel like putting pants back on.
Hell yeah, nice. Wait, did you have underpants on?
Probably not.
Oh no, that is a hardcore Porky Pigging, Donald Ducking.
Whatever. Sometimes it's
You gotta do what you gotta do, brother.
You gotta
Listen, we're men,
do-
you know.
Yeah.
This is a manosphere podcast. We're
100%.
red pilled and based.
All right, outplacement is either delivered through individual one-on-one sessions or in a group format. Topics include career guidance, career evaluation, job search skills, targeting the job market, resume writing, interview preparation, developing networks, and negotiation. This is a shit thing. I hate this so much already.
Yeah, consultants support individuals seeking a new job and also those looking to start a new business, retire, or structure a portfolio of activities. I don't know. It doesn't sound that bad. It sounds like it's kind of like a safety net for people that get fucked over by their employers.
It sounds like a dude that they call a dude up to say all these nice things to just be like, yeah, you're not okay. But we want you to say that you're okay so we don't look bad.
Yeah, we're covering our asses.
It's not.
It's a liability thing.
Total bullshit.
It's a liability thing.
It's basically just trying to stop them from killing themselves.
So what
or
you're saying
shooting
is,
up the office.
Yeah, totally. So what you're saying is they'd be better served to just keep their jobs, or better served to be fired and just like thrown out to the wolves.
I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know. Like I think. See, like I think that they should be like there shouldn't like I honestly just don't believe that people should be left with no resources at all.
What are you, some kind of a fucking pussy or something?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I feel
Same.
like I think
nice. This is an apolitical podcast.
Yeah, I think we wouldn't need this bullshit
Yeah.
if UBI existed because like
UTI's burn though.
no UBI Universal Basic Income, a big Andrew Yang thing.
Shout out hero of the pod, Andrew Yang.
Yang gang.
Yang.
For like, oh, we're yeah. Yo, so I was listening to this podcast today.
Nice. Was it the WikiPod?
No. I was
Damn.
listening to this
Fuck.
I listened to
Fuck.
I was listening to this guy interview Bill Maher, believe it or not.
Ugh.
Dude, I hate him more.
Yeah.
And he was on like this. It was like a hardcore.
You can't take in Bill Maher without your
He's worse than you possibly can imagine.
He's a piece of shit.
He's like dude, it literally, like, after like 10 minutes, I was hate listening because I was just like, this fucking douchebag.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I just couldn't stop listening because he just is like, you know what? Like, I was like listening and like, I told myself I wasn't going to pre-hate Donald Trump. And then he started doing all these things and I was like, yeah, well, what he has to say about Gaza sounds okay. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's just psychotic, dude.
He's
It's just the worst possible critical thinking skills imaginable, and just the shittiest takes on any fucking subject.
It's
He's just
a
the
fucking
worst.
nightmare, man.
He sucks. He sucks. He
I don't
sucks
remember
ass.
where
And
we
he needs
are.
to be. He needs to be offered one of these programs, which have time limits ranging from a few months to more extended periods, such as 12 months, and are offered at all levels of the organization, from workers to corporate employees.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
And if you're firing somebody and the corporations are providing this service, how about you not provide the service and actually just give them some extra money?
Yeah,
that
just
would help a lot more.
Just make sure that they don't go homeless.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Anyway, Outplacement provides former employees structure and guidance toward their new career options and preserves the morale of those who remain with the company, who see that colleagues are given the necessary support they need to when they leave the company. This is bullshit. This
It
is
just makes
fucking
everybody. It makes everybody feel okay. It makes everybody
but
sleep
it doesn't,
at night.
because we're like,
Well, it does. It makes certain people.
yeah,
sleep,
fucking
sleep at night.
morons.
Yeah,
but
and
anybody
most
else,
people are stupid.
Any other laborer who realizes what's going on knows that person fucking fucked.
Yep. It's like in Office Space. You're right now. You're the guy who's like, I'm a people person.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you people?
This is fucking so dumb.
Yep. So history. We've got the term outplacement was coined more than 30 years ago by James E. Challenger. That's
That
a
guy's
fucking.
he's
That's
a
a tight
dick.
name.
He's a dick, though.
It's a tight name.
He is not
Was
the
he-
hero of this pod.
Huh?
He is not a hero of this pod.
Oh, we're shouting him down.
Shout down.
Shout down
100%
James
shout
E.
down.
Challenger. But it's like he. I don't know, James E. Challenger. It sounds like he's the business version of Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, except, I mean,
He sounds cool. It's a cool name.
whatever.
Challenger.
It can be a
Challenger's
cool name, but like he's
Yeah.
he's
Listen.
a fucking he's a harbinger of false gifts.
Right, but here's the thing. Challenger. What play some word association. Challenger. Here's what I think of. Rocky Balboa. Spaceship exploding.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty cool. And a really cool car. Challenger. Those are three really sick things.
Yeah, all right.
And a Challenger, Rocky Balboa. Everybody loves Rocky.
Yeah. That's all right. Cool. All right. Well,
So I say jury's out on him. I'm not ready to shout him
I don't
down
know.
yet.
I'm shouting him down because I hate the concept of this, and
Yeah.
he created the concept.
Well, here's another thing. So here we go. It's coined more than 30 years ago by James E. Challenger, the founder of Challenger Gray and Christmas. Who doesn't love Christmas?
I don't like Christmas.
I hate Christmas.
Christmas is fucking the worst.
I was doing a bit, but I really can't stand Christmas
Well, like,
anymore.
why? Like,
I don't like any
you don't-
aspect of it.
Not true. I like Christmas movies. You want to know why? Because that means I'm not busting my ass working and breaking my.
That means
fucking
you're hanging
body.
out watching a good Christmas movie.
I'm not like sitting. I'm not like working my ass off and dying to go and give somebody their fucking fish for fucking Christmas. Like,
Yep.
like
Christmas vacation.
Yeah, exactly. I
You're watching Chevy Chase grease up the bottom of a metal pan before he. It's easily the funniest bit in the
my
movie.
God. No, my favorite is the when the neighbor was like, "Where are you gonna put that tree, Griswold?" And he goes, "Bend over and I'll show you." It's like, you got a lot of nerve to say that to me. And he's like, "I wasn't saying it to you." And he shows Elaine from Seinfeld next.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was great.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
good. Nice. All right. So anyway, this
Chicago-based
consultancy. Challenger created the concept of outplacement and the initial programs to implement it with the increased rates of downsizing, right-sizing, redundancies, and what's right-sizing?
These are the buzzwords that they were talking about.
Oh, okay.
And right-sizing is just it's another way of saying downsizing or
okay.
eliminating workforce.
But making it sound nice.
Yeah, well, making it sound like this is the right size. We're supposed to be this. Where you guys are supposed to be working harder while I collect all the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, exactly. What's the
It
word?
doesn't sound like I own a company.
Austerity is a good thing. Austerity is a good thing. That's what they're saying. And it's bullshit. Austerity is a terrible thing.
Scumbag motherfuckers.
You got to spend money to make money, right, guy? As a business owner, you understand that concept,
It
right?
is true.
You don't like it, but it is the truth.
I mean, I am living in the rule and working by the rules that I was given to work by. I'm I'm good at capitalism. I don't like it, and I would much rather something else. And I would
Communism.
Yeah, communism sounds fine. I mean, like communism doesn't work unless it's like globally accepted, though. And I mean,
So you're saying the capitalist hegemony is the thing that's making communism not work because they're being sabotaged.
Yeah.
Every time there is a communist outpost, the hegemonic superstructure of global capitalism crushes it.
100%.
So you're not actually criticizing communism at all.
No.
You're just saying that
in the
throughout
current,
the course of history,
in the current
they've been
situation,
losing.
until we can kill every billionaire, and
Sure.
and
China's been killing a lot of their billionaires.
I mean, but still, they're also ran by a billionaire.
Yeah, who looks like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. It's one of the better things.
Yeah.
It's like I love their like
I
protest.
take him over our guys, though. I like him. I'd take him over our guys, honestly.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I take him over our guys now,
Sure.
and maybe the last like 20 years, but or like maybe like
Last
our guys
50 years
since Reagan. Like
I go pre-Carter.
Really?
Yeah, fuck Carter.
I mean,
He's in hell right now. He's history's greatest monster.
I mean, every president is in hell right now.
Absolutely.
There is
including
no-
the ones alive.
They will be in hell.
They're
too.
in a specific kind of hell because they don't get to hang out with Jeffrey Epstein anymore. That's hell for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jeffrey Epstein is having a ball down in hell with all those other assholes.
I don't know if you can have a good time in hell unless you're the devil. I don't even. Is the devil having a good time in hell?
I don't believe
think
in
he
hell.
is. No. You just role play with me a little bit. You
I
know?
am. I know.
It's imagination. It's theater of the mind. Imagine hell.
I just wish that all of these people that are now dead and in hell were experiencing hell when they were alive, like hell on earth for them.
Well, some of them did. Like
Like-
Jimmy Carter got to his last couple of years was in a world without his good friend Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, but I mean, he got to be free and like do things. I want him in a gulag.
Sure, he's dead though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can put them in there. Oh, we can put Obama there.
Are you sure you're not a communist?
I like a hardcore socialist.
Okay, that's what. Who gives a shit? This is an apolitical
Well, 'cause
podcast.
I believe
we're
that
not
there-
apolitical humans.
I believe in like I believe that labor deserves reward, and
So would you say the reward would be 100% of their output returned to them? Like the actual value of their labor is
yeah,
owned by
I
them completely?
totally agree with
Yeah.
that. Yeah, it's but I think like 100% of your output, like I think if you want to put out more output, you're getting more back because it's you know what I mean. Like the harder you work, the better you can push yourself forward.
Well, the problem with that is, and
I know because
this
the
is the
winners and
direction it's
losers.
gone.
I know.
But the problem is
I'm
it
talking about
becomes
perfect world.
overtime becomes mandatory to actually make a decent living.
No, I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
That's what's happened, though. That
I
is
know.
what's
What I'm
happened.
talking about is like I think that I believe in markets. Like I think markets work, and in socialism, markets are actually used. They're just highly controlled to make sure that they are equitable to everybody else in like who's participating.
Well, yeah,
in the market.
yeah.
And that's what I think. So like,
So
in a
you're
market-
against the free market.
No, well, I am against a completely free, under-regulated free market.
Well, here's the problem. What is a free market? How do you have a naturally
You know
occurring
what?
market? How do you have a naturally occurring market where businesses aren't being incorporated by a political body?
Well, they're like if you're talking just like in the world, there are markets everywhere that you don't like. We don't recognize.
Do
them.
ants have a market?
Yes.
What's
They
an
actually-
ant market?
Oh, so like an ant market is like ants like they'll find what's it called? They'll find resources and they will collect the resources and grow bigger as an anthill. And what happens is that it prevents other ants from actually becoming big ants, or they incorporate and make that together. It's a very collective action, but it is a market because they're taking resources from other bugs, other things like that. Like
Are you sure they're not taking them from other bugs, and they're not just like using what's available to them?
They are, but they are using.
So how is that a market if they're just grabbing food that's off the ground?
But they're not just grabbing food.
Sure, they
that's
are.
off
I've
the
seen
ground.
ants. They
I
just
know,
they don't barter with other
they take-
individuals.
No,
they walk up and
they
they
don't.
take
But
stuff.
they take.
Yeah.
But they take. they take the food and they bring it down into
Yeah, they split it up evenly amongst the.
But that's still socialism, not exactly communism.
So what? So once again, how is that a market? Who's selling them the resources that they're gathering?
It's not that they're selling them. It's like a market in terms of like there's other animals that want that food. And
so define a market.
A market is a place to exchange resources.
So who are they exchanging with? When there's a piece of food,
it's not necessarily willful exchange.
No. That's what I'm saying. Well, it's not a willful exchange when certain resources are being controlled by a certain property owner,
right,
they're withholding that. Without an exchange of currency, that's what
a
market is.
Market.
That's what a market is. And what I'm saying is, how do you establish that without using force, without using power? That's the point I'm trying to make.
Oh, I don't know how.
Yeah, exactly. And you can also make the term natural is very amorphous and doesn't have a hard definition either. The point I'm trying to make is the idea of a market within the concept of our human civilization is something that requires a government body to say that this is actually what the market is. This is the bounds in which the market exists.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is you're anthropomorphizing something that is man-made, a concept that is man-made, to the natural world, and that's not.
I think it occurs. I think it occurs naturally.
No, it doesn't though.
I think
because now we're playing with the term naturally.
I think
what I'm saying is the only way that a market can exist within human civilization is when there are definitive confines that are being defined by a governing body, regardless of whether it's democratic, regardless of whether it's being owned by the corporations itself, that dictate the terms of the market. And that's what we have right now. That's what Mussolini described fascism as.
Now, there are in nature. Not going to say natural. There are markets that occur in nature
outside of the human species.
Outside of the human species, yes.
Like what?
Like it's any species
like
that mates.
Like bonobos withholding. Female bonobos withholding resources from the male bonobos in exchange sexual favors.
Yeah, there's that, or and there's also like the mating marketplace for like lots of animals.
Sure, and that's all well and good.
Those are markets. That's
all well and good, but you understand that the terminology and the linguistic, like let's actually get
language.
More
it's all human. Yeah, like, of course it doesn't. It's not a real concept. We created it.
That's what I'm saying. It's a fluid definition. It's a fluid concept. The idea of being natural is a fluid concept. It's something that morphs and changes. And the point I'm trying to make is the idea of a market and naturalizing a market is something that, like, you love this comparison whenever I compare you to Jordan Peterson.
Oh,
that's what Jordan Peterson's whole idea with
I'm not.
No.
Listen,
but here's the thing.
Here's the problem. I'm not saying they naturally occur. I'm going to say that they occur in nature. Because that makes more sense.
Okay, so the point
outside of the human race,
so what you're saying
occur in nature.
So what you're saying is the market is something that should not be motivated by the profit incentive. It's something that should be motivated to provide a greater good for society in general.
Yeah, or a group of people that are like that use it correctly to like, you know.
Who are the group of people? Are they decided
on
democratically?
Or a group of animals or whatever, because
no, I'm talking about right now what our ideal version of a market would be.
My ideal version of a market would be the music scene or that without sans any compensation, where people come to see you because they enjoy your music, or even like the art scene, they like your pictures. They come.
Art's just free and available to anybody who wants to take it.
Right, but I mean, like there is a currency of attention with that, and like that's what I'm.
Yeah.
Take away currency, like
Star Trek, baby, cashless society.
Yeah, like
out in space.
So like, but that's more like those are naturally
those
are markets that occur in nature
what's
without having a government body.
If you could have a time machine and go back to your favorite Get Up Kids era, like what year would that be? Best Get Up Kids era, and were you around to witness it?
Yeah, I think. Best era was before Something to Write Home came, so I guess like 1999, 2000.
Imagine being on the holodeck on the Starship Enterprise, and you can go back in time and see the Get Up Kids.
Know nothing about Star Trek, unfortunately.
They have this thing called the holodeck, where it's like a virtual reality room that creates an entire scenario at some time period, and you can exist within this virtual reality world.
Is Star Trek a utopian like?
Yeah.
So it's like a full on communist like.
Yeah, it's
version?
a communist utopia. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, I might get down with Star Trek just because I like those ideals a little bit.
You
better.
would love the Next Generation.
I think some of the movies. I think I've seen a movie or two that I actually enjoyed.
First Contact is kick ass.
I think I've seen one of them where William Shatner comes back.
That's Generations. Yes.
Oh, I just like William Shatner.
Yeah, Malcolm McDowell plays the bad guy in that one.
Oh, okay.
Him and Jean-Luc Picard ride horses in that movie.
Patrick Stewart, is that his name?
Patrick Stewart, yes.
I love him. He's
the
great.
best. He
That's
rocks.
Such an excellent job in Green Room. Like one of
Terrifying.
one of the best. He's just good in everything. Oh, and in Conspiracy Theory with Mel Gibson. Have you seen that movie?
No, that's the one where he's like a conspiracy theorist, but he actually lands on the right conspiracy.
Well, because he's
kidnap him and torture him.
His brain is broke. He was actually a CIA like black op.
Ooh, like a Manchurian Candidate.
And they fucked with his brain and made it
Nice.
and so he would come out. Yeah, he is fucking.
You ever see the Manchurian Candidate?
Which one?
The original.
The original one is the only good one.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Denzel one, but I kind of don't want to.
Really? How good? How good is the original one?
Oh,
How good
amazing.
is Frank Sinatra in that?
He's great.
Like, oh my gosh!
Shout out Frank Sinatra, hero of the pod. New Jersey.
My aunt dated him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
talked about this.
Yeah. She said he sucked.
Hell yeah.
Yo, he used to sing in TDT.
That's right. And that TDT used to be a nightclub. Yep.
Yes.
And there's still a lot of the ornate sort of like decorations on the wall and the ceiling.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to the fucking article. With the increased rates of downsizing, right-sizing, redundancies, and layoffs, particularly during the 1980s and 1990s, businesses increasingly found a need for some form of assistance in reducing the trauma of redundancy for both. Oh, wow, that's so crazy. Hey, we're taking away people's livelihoods. This is kind of like inhumane. Let's figure out a way to not just like destroy people's
We got to
psyches.
stop these people from jumping out of buildings.
Seriously, what the
Dude, it's
fuck?
like Time Cop.
I'm telling you, there are a bunch of like soulless vampires that are like making these
Dude,
decisions.
I told you these guys suck. That Challenger dude, fucking shout down.
Shout down to James E. Challenger. He does
what a
suck.
fucking
Trauma
scumbag.
of redundancy for both departing employees and those who remained. Indeed, research shows that losing one's job is one of the most stressful experiences a person can face other than death and divorce.
Yeah. No
That's so
fucking shit.
They paid how many like dozens of people to run those like tests and experiments when it's common fucking understanding.
Dude, we get to read criticism on this. I'm very happy because it's
This is
probably
good.
going to be good. But anyway,
Yep.
also this right here sounds like the movie Up.
Yes.
With Sean Clooney, George Clooney.
George Clooney was in Up?
Up in the Air, I think it was called then.
Oh, I don't fucking know what you're. I thought
It's
you were
a
talking
good-
about Up, the balloon movie.
No. Up in the Air.
Ooh, my tummy's rumbling.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm not hungry. I probably just need to poop.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that as well.
It's okay. It's
But
not a big deal.
you should see that movie. It's really good. It's about a firm that goes around firing people, and it's probably exactly this. And the guy finds that everything he's doing is terrible, and
he's evil and soulless. And,
and
indefensible.
well, the girl that he's working with, he found that was horrible, and she left her job and did something awesome, and it felt good to watch the movie, but now I'm questioning of how actually good it was. Don't watch it, actually.
How about Michael Clayton? That's a good one.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen Michael Clayton?
No.
When we're done with this, can we watch Michael Clayton?
Sure,
You'll like it a lot. It's crazy.
All right, criticism.
Wait, what do you know about Michael Clayton?
I think I can spell Clayton.
Do you know anything about the plot?
Nope.
Best. Know nothing about it. Go straight into it. We're gonna have a good time.
The Wall Street Journal reported in 2009 that
2009.
the U.S. corporations were dissatisfied with the quality of outplacement services they received. And then we got like a little paragraph out of the dumb Wall Street Journal. Fake news, guys. Anyway.
Fake news, the failing Wall Street Journal.
Yes. As demand rises in the $4 billion a year outplacement, of course it's a business.
Why wouldn't? Of course, everything's a business. So they're investing in this outplacement, in these outplacement firms. Why don't they just like reinvest that money into the company and help these people keep their jobs.
How about if they're not doing how about if they're not good at the job that they're doing now, or it has passed them by, like maybe use that money to like soften their landing, or instead of firing them, invest in training them in another aspect of your company. Like,
invest in your current workforce, like to retain them.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is they don't want retention. It's the reason why they're.
Yeah, I know.
It's the reason why there's the fucked up thing with migrant labor in this country. They want a revolving door. They want to be able to deport people after a couple of years so that they can't get any roots established, and that way they can't actually organize their workforce and they can continue this chain of cheap labor. That's why they're talking seriously about deporting everybody, which they're never going to do. But they want to deport everybody who's an illegal immigrant. I'm using air quotes because it's fucking stupid. It's a fucking absurd term. And what they're going to do is once they run out of that cheap workforce, they're just going to use farms and slaughterhouses and everything else that's powered by what's essentially slave labor. They're just going to turn them into prison colonies and labor farms. For people like me who are on antidepressants.
Yeah, it's a terrible situation. It's they're just figuring out. It's
America's falling, listener.
Listen, it's the new feudalism.
Feudalism already exists.
Yeah,
it's just for an unseen strata of our society.
Yeah, we live in it. We are the serfs.
There's prison population. We're not the serfs. We're
to a greater extent we are.
We're the working class. We're the working class.
The serfs.
Yeah, but we're not in prison. We're not slave labor. We're not undocumented migrants who are being exploited.
I consider any wage labor slave labor, pretty much.
Yeah, but we're not. We have more privilege.
Yes, we have way more privilege than a lot of other people. Yeah. But like that.
But we do need to unite with them, and we are of the same class. People need to start having class consciousness where they realize that they're a couple of bad weeks away from being homeless or being in prison or being an exploited worker who's being paid less than
You're one traffic stop from being misunderstood to being in handcuffs to being beaten with a fucking butt of a gun to being put into jail for resisting arrest and then getting fucking killed in fucking prison by a prison guard.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like that is what they want to do.
It happened to a kid I went to school with.
Dude,
there was this kid I went
fucking often.
I mean, the kid was a piece of shit. He murdered his girlfriend, but like he never went to trial. He spent 3 years in and out of psych wards and county jail, and eventually there was a botched cell extraction where they claimed the official story was that he overdosed on drugs and asphyxiated, but it turned out the true story was there was a botched cell extraction where they crushed his fucking windpipe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and they murdered him.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
for the crime of being mentally ill. That was the thing. He was bipolar, and he never got proper treatment. Had a fucking manic episode, murdered somebody.
I'm sad that he killed somebody, but I also
it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. But at the same time, he didn't deserve to get fucking killed.
Also, and
they knew that they killed him, and they tried to lie about it.
Yeah, which they're terrible humans.
Yeah,
they're not humans. But anyway, as demand rises for the $4 billion a year outplacement business, providers increasingly offer standardized services, which some workers say offer little value. That's right. Businesses anxious to shed former employees quickly and cheaply impose time limits that hamper effectiveness. Mm-hmm. Few employers track whether outplacement works. Why?
Of course they don't track because they don't give a shit. Why would they?
Do you hear that?
Yeah, what's beeping?
It's done beeping. Well,
nice.
It might be carbon monoxide poisoning.
I thought the SWAT team was coming in for a second.
I mean, the NSA is definitely listening, and they know how I feel and you feel.
I got two things you can suck on, my dick and Guy's dick, at the same time. Yeah, press our dicks together and put both of our dicks in your mouth at the same time, NSA agent. Fuck you.
It might be difficult to do that.
It probably would wind up being a good time. I've never done that before. I'm in a committed relationship, so I never will do that, but I'm just saying hypothetically that might be a fun thing to do.
Anyway.
Yes. The best outplacement programs. Oh, this is that was. Thank you for covering that little blurb there from the failing Wall Street Journal. We're out of that now. We're back to the main article of Wikipedia.org.
Yep.
The best outplacement program provide ongoing support, as it is often the case that after the individual has not been able to find a new job after searching for a number of weeks, that they need the most help. Many companies will stop providing support after an allotted time, although some companies provide support for as long as the individual needs it. Some also track the success rate of reemployment to help evaluate their services, but that's the end of that sentence. And I'm going to say, but most probably don't.
Yeah. It's fine.
So there you go. Your boss doesn't care about you. This is an apolitical podcast. Management doesn't care about you. The corporate structure of this country doesn't care about you. We're essentially
they don't care about you. They look at you as fucking little batteries to provide energy for their services. We live in the Matrix. It sucks.
They look at you like ants. And we're not talking. Well, we are a red-pilled Manosphere podcast, so we
100%,
got to break. You got to break out of the.
Oh yeah, the whole Neo.
And the way that you break out of the Matrix is you do gay stuff with your friends, and like change your gender and do cool shit. Just be yourself.
Honestly, I think the most
start a band.
The most subversive thing you can do right now to fight against the corporate billionaire hellscape that they
join a union.
You do that, but I mean, just live a happy life. Be happy in the face of their.
What is it they say?
Their way to kill us is for us to not like find joy in life anymore. And that's what we need to do. Is just be joyful, be happy, have gratitude for the things you can, and fight vigorously against the injustice that's going on.
Yeah, that's kind of where my head's been at for the past couple months. It's been take care of myself so that when the time comes for me to fight physically for people's rights and for people's well-being and for people's livelihoods, I'll be ready to do it. So I'm not like fucked in the head and like helpless.
I think
take care of yourself so that you can take care of other people. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the Wikipod message.
Be good and do good. The only good thing that John Adams and Thomas Jefferson ever came up with.
Yeah, everything else about them is trash. And
pretty much. Like
not
one of
them
is a
slave rapist.
One's a slave rapist. The other one wanted to turn this country into a monarchy. Like, I mean, and they're both founding fathers. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, our founding father. Here's the thing about the founding fathers: there were a bunch of property owners that didn't want to pay tax. They didn't care about freedom.
Yeah. Honestly,
they didn't care about ending slavery. They didn't care about any of that shit.
John
They just
Adams
wanted
did
to
keep us out of a war by making a principled decision that was super unpopular. He didn't like just cave to pressure and power, which I think is like a good, like one redeeming quality, but it's like one underneath like hundreds of horrible things that he's done. Not being able
genocide.
He wasn't part of the. I guess I guess he's definitely part of the genocide.
Yeah, the founding blocks of the.
He is part of the ethnic cleansing of the
genocide
East Coast.
Or genocide. You know, tomato.
They're a little different.
Not really.
Ethnic cleansing doesn't like genocide implies.
Once again, we're getting into semantics.
Yeah, I know, but genocide implies killing off an entire population or race. Or
ethnic cleansing is cleansing a geographic area of those people, which
does not always require.
It always does. It always requires. It always requires violent
I'm not
force.
Saying violent force, absolutely, but it does not require killing off the entire.
They're not interested in literally killing every single man, woman, and child.
In
who
genocide,
is of a specific...
genocide is that. Genocide is literally
it doesn't have to meet that criteria. It doesn't have to meet that criteria.
I mean, it doesn't have to meet that to reach it, but that is the goal, is to remove
once again, it's a semantic argument we're having.
Anyway, I mean...
Listener, if you think this is stupid, like, share, and subscribe, and recommend this to your friends. We're an apolitical podcast.
Fuck John Adams. Fuck Thomas Jefferson.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Save Sudan.
Fuck Benjamin Netanyahu, like the fucking like Antichrist.
Evil.
Like,
he's an
honestly,
evil piece of shit.
Like Israel. Come on. How do you do this?
So it's a settler colonial state based off of apartheid.
No, I understand that, but like, come on, like
it's
your
an
whole
apartheid
history
state.
is
so
like,
it's evil. It's always going to be bad.
You literally live with a history of being like ethnically cleansed and genocide. Like you're a.
Well, it didn't start with the Holocaust.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it is so recently in their history. Like that is super recent.
Yeah, and so it's
still
being cynically used to curry public favor and make it seem like it's not a general. Like arguments I've had with Zionists who, I mean, I'm not even going to call them friends anymore because it's fucking disgusting to me. But friends who have come out as pro-Israel, pro-genocide, won't admit that it's an apartheid state and won't admit that it's a genocide, even though it so clearly meets that criteria. And then when I say to them, I go, okay, so what's your idea of an Israeli state? Like, and you're saying it's not an apartheid. You're saying it's not a tiered society where certain people's ethnicity gives them privileged rights that other people aren't afforded. They go, oh, well, no, I don't want that. But what I do think is that I think there should be people who get precedence because it is like a Jewish state. And I'm just like, okay, you're describing an apartheid. And it's like, well, no, I'm not, because the dictionary definition of an apartheid, blah, 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 blah. And it's not a conversation worth fucking having. What I'm saying is, listener, if you are against the genocide in Palestine, if you are for a free Palestine, do not engage with people who don't agree with you. It sounds stupid. It sounds like you're going into an echo chamber, but you need to understand, once people once you're at the point where you are justifying genocide, you're toast. Like, it's not worth having that conversation. It's not your job to fix their heart anymore.
Yeah,
you need to let that go. You need to move on from it.
I disagree a little bit.
No, because listen, what we were just saying before, do good to be good to do good.
Be good and
so
do good.
What good does it take to beat your head against the wall to try to deprogram somebody who has been propagandized to not even recognize a genocide when they see it right in their face?
I think that, like,
because
I think that propaganda has been like so, like,
it's
embedded
ingrained.
and
it's deep ingrained. You can't even blame
I know,
them.
but I don't.
In their mind, they're not doing anything bad.
The problem is that with humans in general, I think that they are
soft.
No, not just soft.
Pink on the inside. Yum yum yum.
Yeah. I think that they're all redeemable, other than billionaires.
Sure,
billionaires are not humans.
And here's my problem. I believe in redemption. Yeah. That's true. I do believe in redemption. I don't believe you need to pick your battles, and you need to be able to what is a fight worth fighting and what isn't.
I think the redemption is everybody's battle.
We all
need to be helping people and everybody be part of it.
Not everybody. You can't help everybody.
You can't. But I feel like
you can't be an expert. You can't be an expert.
I'm not an
expert
in everything. I'm just saying. But like I know plenty of pro-Israel people, and they do. The people that I know at least like acknowledge that this is that what Israel is doing, what Ben Netanyahu is doing, is totally wrong, and I get that, and because they realize that, and they're not pro Benjamin Netanyahu, I feel like those are redeemable people, and just because they are pro-Israel, I'm not going to stop trying to, like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're not going to try to you're not going to try and convince them that like the state of Israel in and of itself will always lead to this type of violence and this type of ethnic cleansing. Like it's a settler colonial apartheid state by its nature, and it will always be that as long as it exists in the current formation that it is.
They need to
they need to just look at the history of South Africa to realize that this is not sustainable and it's going to inevitably end. So it's just a matter of how many fucking corpses are going to be left in the death rows of this failing
They're literally
state.
like surrounded by nations that hate them because of
what the fuck does
doing.
that mean?
What
the fuck does that mean?
What, Israel?
It's surrounded by countries that hate them. What the fuck does that mean?
They hate what they're doing, and like it's not. They're never going to let this is never going to stop until they. Start.
You think about their closest neighbors, Egypt and Jordan, who gets aid from the United States along with every aid package that Israel gets. Egypt and Jordan. Yeah, they get paid to be complicit in all of this. So the whole idea that is like Zionist propaganda, that like there's this tiny little innocent little peaceful state that lives surrounded by these savages.
I'm not saying.
I know.
I'm not saying that they were...
I'm being very specific with language that's being used though, and picking it apart because I know where your head's at, guy. I'm making sure that the listener understands what we're saying. We have to remember that we're broadcasting.
But also, I'm saying
you have to be very
Israel
specific.
Definitely,
in your words.
The countries around Israel.
Hero of the podcast, Jordan Peterson. One of his 12 rules is to be very specific with your words. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Who said that?
Jordan Peterson, hero of the pod. Hero of the pod.
He's not a hero of the pod.
Whatever.
Anyway.
I just said he was, and prove me wrong. Wait, did we finish this thing? We got references,
No, we got
right?
fucking dumb references. My
okay,
phone
Free
lost.
Palestine. This is an apolitical podcast, but Free Palestine.
Just
That's all I got to say about
love
it. There's
your
not worth
neighbors.
saying.
Stop. Just
There's not
be
worth saying
good people.
more. There's not worth saying more. Just free Palestine if
All
you have a
right,
fucking problem with
references,
Fuck
Doherty, Noreen,
Nolene.
Is that Dorth? It's
Nolene.
Dorothy.
Nolene. Please don't write a book about what is this called?
The
Outplacement.
1998, The Role of Outplacement in Redundancy Management, Personal Review, Volume 27, Number 4, page 343.
You know who would love this episode and who would love this article?
I don't know. I don't
Mark from Peep Show. Been doing a deep dive back into Peep Show lately.
Is he the transphobe?
In real life, the actor who played Jeremy is a transphobe now. Yes, but Mark.
A lot of British transphobes I noticed.
Yeah, it's a common
cultural thing.
What's that?
Cultural thing.
What the fuck does cultural thing mean?
I'm just wondering.
It sounds like it's a replacement term for racism.
No,
Yeah,
but it's not. I'm not talking about racism. I'm talking about transphobia.
no, but you're talking about. Oh, is it a cultural thing for British people to be transphobic? So, like, what does that mean? It means it's inherent within their racial genetic makeup to be.
No, but when I talk about culture, I don't talk about genetic.
That's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of people say
yeah,
about.
but it has
that's
nothing
what
to
a
do
lot.
with genetics.
That's
Culture
what.
and genetics are totally different
That's
things.
what. That's. But yeah, I know. But what I'm saying.
Culture
it's
is a
semantic.
construct.
It's semantical. It's semantical. People use words within language to replace the meaning of
that's
other
for
words.
Dumb
other
fuckers, not me. I'm not dumb. I'm not a big dummy.
Oh, I got
I'm not a big dummy.
listener. Sure, sound off if you think either of us are not dummies.
We're not dummy. Don't sound off shit.
Yeah,
Y'all
shut
suck.
the fuck
Shut
up.
the fuck up, listener.
Fuck you, listener.
Exactly.
You know
Fuck
what?
you.
Oh, were you enjoying us going off topic and not talking about the references? Here's another reference for you, too.
This episode sucks.
Littler. That's an unfortunate last name. Littler.
Littler.
Littler. Littler. He's like a tiny Hitler.
He's a Littler.
He's tiny Hitler.
Dude, that was the other Shane Gillis special. He literally he like they were making a movie about the Holocaust and they needed someone to play Hitler and they had Donald Trump playing Hitler because he was the only one who wanted to do it. so Donald, I need to play Hitler. I want to play it. Then in the middle of the show, he's like, and then he pitched us a commercial. We had to put it in the movie for a wing spot called Hitler's. It's like, we're at Hitler's. We got wigs and whores. It's dude, that's what we should watch when we get upstairs. Like,
No, we're watching Michael Clayton.
All right,
we're
fine.
watching Michael Clayton. So anyway, Littler Craig R. 2003, Understanding the HR Strategies of the 1990s, University of Queensland Business School Seminar Series. So we got Australians talking about what is it called? Outplacement?
Outplacement bullshit. All right.
Outplacement, yes.
Number 3, Lewison J. 2002.
2002.
That's when I graduated high school.
From Fired to Hired.
Yeah, a Journal of Accountancy. 93. Parentheses 6. 43. What?
Why'd
the
you say
fuck?
93 instead of 193? I got 193 over here.
It's because I couldn't see it over this. What's it called? I have
a
a
crack
pop
in your
filter
screen?
in front of me, and it just
Oh,
perfectly
gotcha.
blocked it.
You're trying to read the. See me, I just hold my phone off to the side like right now and not talk directly into the microphone.
I need to talk. I like to talk direct. Excuse me, I'm like burping up here, burping and like making like noises.
Hell yeah! Love
Anyway,
it. Well, that's what
Dvorak?
podcasting is. We're just making noises.
Yeah. Number 4,
Dvorak Fred. That's a sick name to
Fred with a PH.
Yeah, that's a sick way to spell your name. Lublin Joanne S. August 20th, 2009. Outplacement firms struggle to do job. Wall Street Journal, Dow Jones and Company Incorporated, retrieved January 21st, 2016. This was last edited 7 months ago. Bye.
5969.
I read that as O'Nell.
Oh,
Nell.
O'Nell.
Yeah.
O'Nell 5969.
Nice. So we got related
Damn.
articles. We got recruitment process of attracting, selecting, and appointing candidates to a job or other organizations.
Job hunting, the act of looking for employment.
And we got Challenger Gray and Christmas that they were
Fuck
talking about
them.
that group before. Yeah, fuck.
This article sucked.
Fuck corporatism. Fuck corporate America. Fuck America. Our dream world is about to end, and folks, we're gonna have to fight for a better tomorrow. And
I'm okay with America.
yeah,
as
if you're not in an organized labor force within your current employment, seek that out. There are resources out there. You're not going to find him here because this is the WikiPod. This is maybe
we're centrists here. We're
apolitical.
Apolitical centrists.
We're apolitical centrists.
Although
Jury's out on whether we're pro labor. Not sure.
This was the most like we've ever talked about labor.
Yeah,
mostly because the outplacement thing is such a crock of shit.
It's a tool of the bourgeoisie. It's a tool of bourgeoisie control. It's a way that they can downsize without having the blood on their hands of people fucking blowing their brains out. It's a way for them to
blow their brains
out.
Man.
It's a way to make people sleep at night. Who shouldn't sleep at night? They should sleep in a grave underground.
No, like, I'm okay. Like, billionaires, this is a message to you. Like, it's okay.
Your dream world is about to end.
Yeah, but like, it's okay if you have $999,000 or $999 million, like something crazy like that.
That's too much too.
No, I think it's too much too. But like, it's significantly less than their billions.
Yes,
like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, having multiple hundreds of billions.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Having multiple billions, like
what the fuck's wrong with you?
Like, there needs to be 100% tax on anything over $1 billion.
Here's my thing. It's like, have you ever like done a kickflip? Has any billionaire ever done a kickflip?
That might be true. There might have been one of those
Mark
weird,
Cuban,
one of those tech nerds that's out there. There's a ton of tech nerds now.
Do you think they know how to do a kickflip?
Yeah, I think.
Listener, do us a favor. Try and come up with video evidence of a billionaire doing a kickflip.
I think Tom Green can do a kickflip.
He's not a billionaire.
No. He's cool.
He rocks.
I
love Tom Green.
Definitely hero of the pod.
I'm gonna add him actually to the list of
100%.
Yeah,
dude did a 40-minute stand-up set where he just screamed into a microphone inaudible, like
nice
for 40 minutes.
Nice. We did a whole episode where we shouted at each other for a half hour.
Yeah, that was fine. It was difficult. Like, my voice did not feel good.
Our listeners probably didn't appreciate it.
Sean didn't, but Sean sucks. It's fine.
Fuck you, Sean.
Fuck you, Sean.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, shut up. Shut up.
Everybody shut up. This has been the WikiPod. I'm PJ.
I'm Guy.
Ooh, an hour. Nice. Bye.
Bye.